in discovering our own roots and our family histories. We have two persons with us today speaking to us from their offices about their own work in family history. Pleased to join us is Steve Free. Steve, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm a professor at the University at Buffalo. In the Department of Biological Sciences. My background is genetics, and I study the genetics of fungi. And I'm a member of the Family History Fair Organizational Committee. I'm delighted to be with you.
And Sharon Umiker, it's good to have you here. Who are you, and what do you do in the rest of your life?
Hi, Sharon Umiker, and I am so thrilled to be here. I'm part of the Family History Fair Organizational Committee, and I also am employed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as an administrative assistant in the facility management department of the church. We take care of making sure the buildings are fine and cared for. I work with the Northeast buildings as well as out in Western Montana. It's all digital, but I'm glad to be here.
So you cover a wide geography,
yes,
digitally.
Yes.
Well, Sharon, let's begin with you. Let's talk about this interest and involvement in discovering our roots and our family histories.
This is such a popular thing to do. It's just exploded over the world. In 1894, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints set up the first genealogy library in the country. And from that, we've grown in our collection and our tools to be able to be one of the largest collections in the world. And others have joined in. The idea of connecting with your past and understanding yourself today is just so incredibly important to some people, and others are learning about it. After we've been through this pandemic and been separated from each other so much, exploring your family history and finalizing those connections together and understanding them is just so fulfilling and healing in some families as you learn the history and understand why people were the way they were based on what was happening in their lives. Well, I love doing it.
What's involved in researching our family histories?
When you search your family history, you're not just searching names and dates, you're seeking to learn about the people. So collecting information about someone from any kind of resource you have. You may have birth certificates, you may have death certificates, you may have a mass card, you may have somebody's high school yearbook. There's all sorts of clues to not only when they lived, but who they were and how they lived, and shared talents. You may suddenly discover that there's a whole line of people that have a particular talent that you see in yourself, your siblings, or your children. And you think, that's where they get it.
Well, Steve, can you talk to us a little bit about why the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is involved in family search? And then we can maybe both of you share about the kind of things that's offered by the church.
Sure. From a doctrinal point of view, the church is interested in family history because we feel that families are forever. We feel that as in our temples, we do marriages for time and eternity, and we have what we call a sealing ordinance where children are attached to children of their parents to make a family genealogy link, if you would, going back through the ages. So we're interested in finding our family because we feel like we're going to live as families in the hereafter, and we want to be able to have all the blessings that are available from the Savior. And so doing family history and doing the work, ordinance work for those who are deceased in our temples is kind of our doctrinal foundation for doing this. In the New Testament, Paul speaks of doing baptisms for the dead. And that's something we also do. We feel that Christ loves all of his children and will make those blessings available for everyone. And some may not hear about him and his gospel here during mortality, but after death, we feel they go to the spirit world and everyone will have a chance. And the Savior will be fair with everybody. And we have the obligation to kind of help the ordinances for those who can't do them here in mortality.
Well, now the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, though, offers this to everyone, whether they're a member of the church or whether they agree with your doctrines.
That's absolutely true. We want to share this with everybody. Others would like to do family history because they're interested in knowing about their ancestors, or it's a great hobby and people just love doing it. And we make it available to everybody and share with everybody. We don't want to keep this to ourselves. This is something which is bigger than just ourselves. And we have many, many people who are not members of the church who participate with us in our family history libraries, and will be participating with us in this family history fair event. And so it's really for everybody. It's not meant to be members only.
Well, let me ask the two of you, what does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints offer in terms of family history search to all of us, whether we're not part of the church or not?
Sure.
We have a wonderful website called familysearch.org. And on this, it's a completely free site. And you have resources to search out your ancestors in the many records that the church has collected from all over the world throughout the years. There are also training classes on the site and videos that help you learn how to do your family history, how to compile the information, and how to share it with others. There's also a unique family tree being built on Family Search. It's a community tree. Everybody cobbles on their branches onto one great tree. We think of it as the family of man. And as we all come together and are building our branches and interacting with others that are related to us, we see just how interrelated we are. Family Search is completely free. You register there's a free registration to join it. We just like to know who's visiting the site. But again, though it's run and operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, no missionaries will come knocking at your door. This is totally just a family history site for anyone. You have an internet connection, you can get on Family Search.
And I recall from being in Salt Lake, you can also go
Right.
into the research center there.
Yes.
And you also have a center here in the Buffalo area.
Exactly. There's one family history library in the world, and that's in Salt Lake City. That's a big one. That's the one you walk in, and there are people that have expertise in all areas, and access to records is just incredible. Before the doors open in the morning, people are lined up to get in there, and it is a popular tourist destination for those who are seeking family history help. And then scattered throughout the world, there's over 4,500 family history centers, and those are branches of the big library in Salt Lake. And we have one in the Buffalo area that's on Maple Road in Williamsville, and that anybody can come to. That is totally open, free to use, and we welcome everybody to come in there.
Well, we have about just a little over less than 3 minutes left. So would you talk to us about the Family History Fair that you have coming up in October?
Sure. The fair is on October. It's our annual fair. It's our 20th year. It's on Saturday, October 16th from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's free admission, no charge to get in, no registration, free parking. Just show up. And we have a website that gives all the information, and the schedule, and the classes will run all day long. You come for whatever one you're interested in, and we cover a variety of topics, everything from getting started to advanced classes in maybe German research. We have German, Polish, Italian, Irish, United Kingdom, the popular immigration areas for this area of the country. the things where people who settled in Buffalo, the countries that they came from. We also have things on church records and using ancestry.com, a very popular site, and using our family search site. It appeals to everybody. Doesn't matter what your level is, there is a class for you.
Stephen, what can you add to what
Yes,
Sharon has said?
Yeah, in addition to the topics Sharon talked about, we also have Canadian research, DNA and genealogy, looking at vital records, census records, cemetery records, Western New York records. What do you do if you hit a brick wall? We have some people help us if you're doing research and hit kind of a brick wall. Have some people helping us on that. There's also some small group classes that people can go to in addition to the kind of the more lecture type classes. And so it should be a great event for anybody who's interested in finding their roots and kind of connecting with their ancestors.
Well, once again, as we close this session, where and when?
It's at 1424 Maple Road is the where. That's the where the Family History Center is in our chapel there. And it's on October 16th. It begins at 9 o'clock and will go to about 2:30. There will be classes, and there'll be up to 24 classes available in 4 different sessions.
Well, I want to thank both of you for being on, Steve Free and Sharon Umiker, to talk about the family history and the upcoming Family History Fair. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.